Guys, be very careful of this narrative that's been placed there about how apartheid, everything was working in apartheid, how everything was going smoothly in terms of like the infrastructure and all that. People had jobs and all those things. Be careful when you're listening to that narrative, because you're gonna end up they're putting out an agenda of self-hate, when we've progressed. Because now on TikTok and other platforms, black people have been waking up, to their greatness. The fact that we black people built the pyramids and did many wonderful things, that the black people of all times were not as stupid as they're portrayed to be. They were not as primitive as they were portrayed to be, and that Africa used to be the most developed, the most, what can I say, a power in the world. They used to provide food, you know what I'm saying? They had agriculture. They used to provide food for Europe. Some of people from Africa went to Europe to build, some of the things that you see there in Europe, in terms of like the Vusitema said it, the first wall, I believe, that was built in London was built by a black guy. You feel me? So guys from Africa used to go to Europe to civilize it, to help civilize it, to build it, to show those people civilization. You get what I'm saying? When they were going through their own dark ages and all those stuff, when they returned to barbarianism, it was Africans have always been there in civilizing the world. Our history is not that we have been barbarians the whole time, no. So we too are builders, but in terms of like when our time came for when we became barbarians, or where we became, we went through our own period of barbarianism, instead of us being helped to get back to our previous, or back to our potential that we could have been, they took us as slaves. They took us as slaves. They took over Africa. They did colonization. They did all those things. When we, on the other hand, when they went through a similar phase, we went to help civilize them. So I don't want you guys to say white people are doing this and that. Yes, they did this and that, but they used your resources. And here's the worst part, they used your labor force, and on top of that, they paid you peanuts. You know what I'm saying? They paid you peanuts. By you, I mean your ancestors, your father, your grandmother. They paid you all 5 cents. These skyscrapers that you see here were not built by white men. White men did not build those things, did not go up and lay the bricks. They did not put the things and put the manpower behind that. No. Everywhere around, many places around the world, it's been the strength of a black person laying those bricks, working in when the sun was burning. Feel me? America by itself, that is the labor of the black person. You feel me? They just came and they just put systems of whatever and whatever. They made sure that people are whatever. Here's the thing. You can't expect people that have come from oppression for many, 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 many years, and they have all that genetic memory of suffering and being told that they are nothing and being beat up and being made to believe. You can't expect those people to come out now and build, easily. You know what I'm saying? Some people are gonna be, some people are gonna be traumatized. Some people are gonna steal, some people are gonna do all this type of stuff, corruption. Some people are gonna, do a lot of things. Excuse me, just setting up the lights. Let's set up the lights. Okay, there we go. Some people are gonna self-destruct, Some people are going to hurt their own people because that genetic memory within them showcases that the healing is going to take time, bro. So instead of us ridiculing our own people and praising those who oppressed us, those who made our brothers, elder brothers, and hotmans and timers and all those people self-destruct, and then we say they had it better, they controlled it better, they moved it better, they did everything. No, they did everything at your expense. And now here we are trying to build from our own strength, from our own mental vocabulary, from our own mental strength, from our own, despite all of our issues, our genetic issues, where we have that genetic memory of pain and suffering and being slaves. Now the slave is the master. The slave has to learn to love himself first. The slave does not know how to love himself. So before we judge these people too much, we have to take a look at the good that they did somewhere. And we have to speak about the corrupt. Let's speak also about the good. For guys like Zuma also, we have to speak about some of the good that he did, making people millionaires, black people. We have to speak about Mbeki, some of the things he did. We have to speak about the good. We can't just speak about the bad, because that's what they want. They want you to speak bad about your own. You get what I'm saying? They want you to speak bad about your own. They want you to self-hate. And here's the thing, they'll use the media. That's why some of us have started to develop our own media platforms so that we can spread a good message about our own people, Because if we don't, they're going to find another person like you and me, a black person, and then they're going to confuse that person. That person is going to use their platform to further degrade the black man. They don't want you to spread the positive message of a black person. So be careful of not praising those people, those oppressors. Do not praise those oppressors. Praise your own. That's why I love the message of Dr. Umar Johnson, Ifatunde. Dr. Umar Ifatunde. That's why I love his message, that white people are always going to look out for their own people, their own skin, everything. Why do we as black people have to go and praise them for a system that was oppressive just because people had jobs that paid them 5 cents? You know what I'm saying? So we can't praise these people no matter what in life. This phase of praising them, let it just be a second. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's not stick there. Let's not say that, I wish we were in apartheid again. No. Let's call out our people. Let's open our own platforms to show these people that, to air them out. Let's fight. Let's fight amongst ourselves. Let's call each other out. Let's put ourselves out there. Let's grow mentally. And that's why my platform is for growth. To talk about the mistakes that our people made. We can learn from them. We can be inspired. We can be delusional in a world where we think that Africans too will one day be mentally equipped, to run their own country to the top, just as the Asians have, just as the Asians have. The Japanese, the Chinese, the Koreans, South Koreans. You feel me? We will get there, but in order to get there, we have to defeat everything that they've made us hate about ourselves. We have to re-love our history, our faith, yes, we love Christianity, but we have to know where we come from. Not to say that we must worship this and that. No, we're still in Christianity, but our story in our past must rise up again. That we too knew God. We knew God, we knew God in a different way. You feel me? We went back.